And hello, folks. Welcome to the playoffs here for the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup, presented to you by Google Fiber. JT Displays here, along with you folks here for the playoffs. They finally have begun, and we have ourselves a fantastic night matching up for us, as Berg certainly excited there. And why wouldn't he be there on the screen soon? Very soon. But first, we got to kind of explain how this is going to work out, folks. So, with only 3 teams, it's very simple. All 3 teams are in the playoffs. Congratulations on making it to the playoffs. Now, this is where the hard part gets. This is where we start getting into elimination math. So, the way that works is it is double elimination, folks. So, this is the qualifier. We do have a round 1 bye for our number 1 seed. That is the Neubs. We do have the number 2 seed taking on the number 3 seed. That is, of course, the number 2 seed being Populous, coming in with a record of 4-6, and taking on the number 3 seed Google Fiber with their illustrious 1-8 record, as they finally got that first win last week, and they're hoping to maybe build on that a little bit of that momentum here, heading here into the playoffs. So if there's any time to get hot, it's right before the playoffs. And for Google Fiber, that that smells really good for them, right? But they still have to contend with a very potent Populous team here. So these two will be duking out in a best of 5. So we are going to be lengthening the matches a little bit longer here, folks, rather than the typical best of 3 that we've been seeing throughout the regular season. Now it is best of 5s from here on out. And then whoever meets them, whoever wins, will go on to face and meet the Neubs, whereas the loser will have to wait to see who they will face in the lower bracket there. So double elimination there. That means that you're not out yet if you lose this match. So everybody's safe for now, but the math gets a little bit dicier once we get to the LAN on July 29th, folks. Again, that is a Saturday. It is going to be at the Esports Arena at the Walmart, inside Walmart. So make sure you are aware of those details. I'll try to see if I can remember the actual address itself. It's in my email, so I could probably just double check that real quick while we're here. So yes, so the Esports Arena, the exact address there is at 15700 Metcalf Avenue in Overland Park. So South Overland Park, folks, 15700 Metcalf Avenue. You got to enter inside the home and pharmacy entrance of the Walmart there, and you'll get inside of there, and that's where we have that LAN. And I'm excited. I know a lot of y'all out there got to be excited for it as well, and I hope that we get to see everybody there. Don't want to miss it there. We wouldn't want to miss you guys out there. So please come by on the 29th, because that's when all this action wraps up, where we will have that lower bracket final then. So tonight, it's all about deciding who gets that cruise into the championship grand finals here, all right? Because whoever wins that upper bracket final, because we're right now currently in the upper bracket. This is the first round of the upper bracket. Second round of the upper bracket will be the next game. And then whoever wins that cruises into the grand finals. And they will cruise in. I say that because they will start with a game advantage. So what that means is that, hey, you won the upper bracket. You get to enjoy a game advantage into the grand finals there. So that makes it harder for the losing bracket team to kind of come back and win. But comeback, that can happen. I have seen it happen here in this format. So do not be surprised if we have some shocks on the day of the grand finals live in the LAN event. A LAN event's always going to be a little bit different as well, so never discount the losing bracket side of the grand finals there. Never discount the small guys, right? Because you never know if they're going to come out and show up with a great big adventure and just have the game of their lives out there. And why wouldn't they? It's going to be a great time here as we are working to make sure we get everybody in here, get everybody available for this matchup. Obviously, this is the corporate final, corporate cup presented to you by Google Fiber. So people come getting off works, different time schedules, different, work schedules. Some people have rough weeks. I know I had a heavy dosage of work this past week here. So yeah, I get it. It's dog days of summer. We got some summer storms and, sun's peeking out of the clouds a little bit here today, but certainly you know, I know traffic was kind of hairy-carry out there, so I wouldn't be surprised if some folks are just now starting to get home and figuring things out, trying to hop on, get online there. But it gives us plenty of time to talk about our sponsors, of course. You know, like I said, this is the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup presented to you by Google Fiber, but we couldn't do it without any of the other sponsors either, which are Populous, Sporting Kansas City, Park University, Forvis, and the Kansas City Esports Coalition. It's all powered by KC Game On. So we will be seeing Populous and Google Fiber, two of our sponsors here in the opening salvo, the opening rounds of the playoff here. And we'll see just what happens for them here. I know we are still waiting on a few more here. We are waiting, trying to see if we have... Yeah, so we're going to take a brief break here, folks. When we come back, we are going to double check, make sure we get all the kitties in the pool before we send you into the game there. But trust me, again, this is playoffs, folks. This is where it's for all the marbles at this point. You know, it is not quite on the line yet, but this is, you want to be in the upper bracket more than you want to be in the lower bracket for sure. So when we come back, folks, we will have that first playoff game right for you guys, right here on esportkc.org, twitch.tv/esportkc.org.
One, two, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And we are now live, folks, in the match for the first game of this best of 5 here. Starting off with the push map on Esperanza. Populous coming into town with Jordinary, Mr. Berg, Death's Twin, Story Sleuth, and Tainzerk. With Falcor, Sai the Guy 95, and Mr. Kyogre holding down the fort for Google Fiber. As we are about to get set and get underway, as we are on board right now with Mr. Berg there, and take a look over on the side of Sai the Guy 95 for the Google Fiber team.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
As you see, we got a few different divas here as we get underway. The games are about to begin here as the opening salvos begin here. See Populous trying to hold on to the robot, but it does seem to be that Google Fiber has advantage right now, as they are now in front of the robot and pushing the robot. They get the early game advantage here as they're able to take down Death's Twin there, as Death's Twin put in some damage there, but was the only one near the robot. So now Pop is going to have to try to hold off this push here a little bit. I see Google Fiber sticking on to it like glue here. Google Fiber able to get the best of Populous there last week. And I see Jordanary with the ult available. Gets eliminated there. So now it's up to Death's Twin to try to hold off the advance of Google Fiber right now. Google Fiber not quite at full strength this week, so it is going to be kind of up to Populous a little bit there, having that advantage to see if they can take care of things here in the playoffs against a slightly undermanned team. As it does seem that Death's Twin now on fire is boosted. Nano boosted, takes out 2 there. Trying to get the D.Va here. And does do so, but took a lot of damage there. Finally able to regroup as he's able to take out the Junkrat. So, Populous there. Now push the robot. After having to defend and hold off the push for so long there. Support caught behind there, and the Kiriko goes down. Aside the guy 95 now on the Pharaoh. I see Story Sleuth there on the Ashe doing some damage here as we have a lot of damage coming in. And what a Death Blossom there by Death's Twin as he takes out 3. And Mr. Bird able to help clean it up there to help push this Populous team now as they take the lead. So Mystic Kyogre switching over to the Winston. There's a flank here from Falcor and the side of Google Fiber. They get taken out, those Death's Twin doing a lot here as they try to stop this push right now. And it seems like right now it is all Populous here as they keep pushing forward here. So they've passed the checkpoint here and head down towards the home stretch. Couple more corners for them though. By that home stretch not too far away. This Death's Twin, where did you go? Disappeared behind the enemy lines there potentially. And now looking to try to do some damage here, but here comes Bob. Ooh, Mystic Kyogre there. Cryogy, excuse me. Getting into the back line there. You love to see that for a tank. Just trying to do some Winton things. Holding off this push here. Does go down though, as Falcor is trying to keep him alive. Mystic Cryogy. A solo ult there from Falcor. Just trying to keep this robot stayed in position here so that the rest of the team can come back up. A bold strategy there, as they are trying to hold on to this position here. But the robot pushes forward here. Tainzerk there doing some damage with that Zenyatta. Really trying to work well as that anti-tank, using the Orb of Discord onto the Winton. Drops in the ult there, just trying to keep his team alive. Nullifying all that damage that was trying to come in there from the Winton. Another Death Blossom here from Death's Twin. And this is, oh, a beautiful thing from Mr. Berg as he gets 3. As Tainzerk trying to get taken care of this. Now Mystic Kyogre, Cryogy gets the Nash there. trying to hold things off here for his team. He's got the Lucio ult to help. And he's got a hammer. Oh, gets nobody with it though. And this could be the end of this push here, maybe. As it looks like they are slowly changing the tide. He's going to sacrifice himself to keep his team alive there. As the robot is stalled right in front. And there it is. Game 1 going to Populous, the number 2 seed. So no doubt that maybe that ult from the very end, near the end of the game here. I think that's exactly what we're going to see here as the play of the game. Although Death's Twin did a lot of good work there with the Reaper. But yeah, again, 2 great value for the Diva on the ult. So, game number 1 in the best of 5 going to Populous here on Esperanza. We will see who, what strategies they decide to make, what changes they decide to go with here on the Google Fiber side. Obviously, they are dealing with, a couple fewer people than the side of Jordanary and the Populous folks here. But certainly, this is a team that was able to compete and able to beat Populous last week here. So if that team shows up, this could get very interesting very quickly here. As it looks like we may be going over to Watchpoint Gibraltar. So a straight up, push, move the payload type map. So if that's the case there, no, we're switching. As soon as I mentioned a map there, I should just like kind of keep my mouth shut until we're ready to go there. But it looks like it is going to be Rialto. So Rialto, again, an objective-based map there where it's all about pushing the objective. So we will see how we get on here as we get set to go.
Ready for battle.
And there it is. The escort payload. How much these boat rides go for, I mean, like, sure, it's after the war there, so, prices have no doubt increased. But I think technically you can get over to that boat, especially from over here. The only difficulty is once you're over here, it's not a whole lot to do over there. So one of those side channels, I'm always curious to know if a team will utilize it or not. Let's see, Falcor. Where'd you go, buddy? Oh, there was Falcor. Somebody's gonna clip that and just send that to Falcor. And just, it's gonna wind up on toxic caster clips. Nevertheless, though, this is a good push here early on, moving the payload by Google Fiber. As Death Twin tries to create some chaos there on the back line there as that DPS. But Mystic Cryogy, I love seeing the Reinhardt there out early and doing a good job kind of protecting the team here. Was doing a good job protecting the team there. But now, Mr. Berg just being very dominant there and very oppressive on that Diva there. Able to stop the push momentarily. As you do see them now approaching that side channel here, pushing the team back. Love to see that. Falcor stays on the objective. He's able to take out the Diva. Mech. Ooh, the boosted. And he's gonna take out 2. Looking for a 3rd. He's got 3. Oh no, technically that one went to Ash. Story Sleuth. Might be the Story Sleuth, but he's not sorry about it. Not that I have any inclination to believe that Story Sleuth is Canadian, but for the sake of the story, we'll say yeah. Ooh, taken out before the ult finishes there. That is rough. Falcor loses the ult there. May have to change off the just to get some value there. But sticking with the Lucio there. Will be interesting to see here. Aside the guy. Gonna have a hard time getting through that, but able to hit them from afar as they now have just 60 seconds remaining to try to get this to the checkpoint. As Mr. Berg's kind of been on a hot one right now, stopping the payload. As they look to stop this push here once and for all, stamp them out before they get to the first checkpoint. You see the Mr. Cryo-G trying to move the payload just a little bit more there. But gets taken out for it there. In a final few seconds, where is he at? Nowhere near the payload. And round 1 goes into the record book there. 75 meters is the target. We'll call it 75 meters. It's not quite 75, but it's close. It's pretty close. It's pretty darn close. So, as you see, this side channel here proved to be pretty effective late in the game there. We'll see if they decide to utilize it here on the Populous side of things. Meanwhile, Google Fiber, how will they assemble their defense?
Ready for battle.
Again, it's always interesting to see how these teams are going to end up lining up here. I think I've got an idea of what's on the mind of Populous here. This would look like a very speedy team here. Speed on both sides. As we will see here, where they decide to line up their defenses. Very aggressive. As we are underway. And this is an early just firefight here. Right on the payload there. As Deathswin kind of get into that back line there. Then quickly away. As we'll take on board Tangzerk here. One of the Populous players we haven't seen much of this season, or if we have, they just changed their name. As they are moving forward here to the objective, Death's Twin. Hoping to catch somebody by surprise. And there it is. That one push was enough to stall him out, and Populous will take game number 2. Let's see that play of the game there. Mr. Berg, as always, putting on the fire in the Diva. So deadly with that mecha. So we will see now, folks, what we're gonna do here for map number 3, because Populous, they're cruising right along here. Google Fiber needs to come up with something to at least slow them down before they can think about stopping them, because right now Populous is just turning into a team with vengeance. Clearly, they feel like they are able to take on this team, and it looks like Google Fiber. As I think this is a should be best of 5 here. So we'll see if it's if we just have a miscommunication here, or if something happened here. Yeah, so it is a best of 5. It is best of 3. Oh, okay. So that's on me, folks. So never mind. So what we're gonna do here, folks, is we're gonna take a brief break. We're gonna let the Neubs jump on in here for another best of 3. And when we come back, we'll have the Neubs taking on Populous in the winner's bracket. Stick around.
One, two, one, two, three, four.
And folks, we are back as we are ready to get underway here as we have Google Fiber. So that was on me. Again, I thought it was best of fives throughout the entire playoffs. There was new information provided to me in real time. So... Hey, listen, we're doing it live. We're doing it live, folks. It's live here. We're live here in Kansas City for the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup, presented to you by Google Fiber, presented to you by Casey, powered by Casey Game On. The Neubs taking on Populous here, the number 1 seed taking on the number 2 seed, and they're going to get things started off on Blizzard World. So we're going to have ourselves a fun little Blizzard Wizard World. As we get set to go underway here, as we say goodbye to the pylon experience. Sometimes you need to create more pylons, other times not so much. So we just get to hang out in the daytime here. Snacksaramas. Play nice, play fair. Wise words. Authorized personnel only. There's no cow level. Oh, that's not what I heard. The internet told me otherwise. Has anyone found the cow level in Diablo 4? Let me know.
5, 4,
Only 45 minutes. Okay.
1. Attackers incoming.
As we are underway here, as Populous will be the first ones to defend here. They got Jordinary, Mr. Berg, Death's Twin, Story Sleuth, and Tainzerk. Whereas Jedi Hagrid, Stone Cold, iRobot, Happy Rock, and Cocoa Puff on the Sigma. As Cocoa Puff so goated there on the tank. It's gonna be a tank of tanks on tanks here. Death's Twin can also put a good heavy workload as well. So yeah, they both have good DPSs and they both have good tanks here. As they slowly build us up here, they will take the first point there. As the payload now becomes unveiled. We get a nice little crown there for the king. As Mr. Berg joins back into the fight and gets straight to defending. Danger there, gets taken out. iRobot on the Moira there. You got the Kooky Science twins putting in some work here on this Reinhardt and taking it out as Cocoa Puff gets the kill.
No vaya a ser que lo necesite.
This twin might be able to stall this out here. Waiting for the right opportunity to take out the Mercy. And now trying to work in on this Moira here. I have to be careful though. As here comes Mr. Berg. It looks like Cocoa Puff took himself out. Jumping over to the Winton. As Jedi Hagger there is able to take out Death's Twin there. Looks like they are going to wait to rebuild their strength here. As the payload is stopped a few meters shy of the checkpoint on this hybrid map. As they dance around the pylons here. Everyone very grouped up there for the Neubs. Oh, nice Deadeye there from the Cassidy to Stone Cold. And Mr. Berg responds with a big diva ult there to take out 3. However, it's not enough to stop the payload right now, as Death's Twin has to jump in there and try to stop iRobot. As they got past the checkpoint there, they now have that early spawn, and now they've got 4 minutes and change to try to move this payload to its ultimate destination. Big ult there from Death's Twin, who goes down quickly though. Jordinary trying to take out Jedi Haggard there, as it is all over the place. Frenetic fighting all over. As the ultimate's almost ready there on the tank. As they will take it. And first round going to the side of the Neubs. As we will say goodbye to the payload here. Goodbye to the Spooky Council. Goodbye to the pylons. And hello back to these humble beginnings. Ooh, what's on the menu? Deathwings.
Ready for battle.
So now, Google Fiber, or rather the Neubs, excuse me, they took it all the way to downtown. Can they stop this payload here? They are going to have to work, as there's going to be a time limit as well.
I don't think you understand the gravity. I don't think you understand the gravity. I don't think you understand the gravity.
No?
Understand the gravity.
No?
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
I think we understand the gravity perfectly fine.
I don't think you understand the gravity of the situation. I don't think you understand the gravity.
As you can see, the early gains here. Delayed out, as it's a battle of angles, trying to find the right angle. Or the 45 at least. Something acute, maybe. As the Neubs standing strong here with a team kill early on defense.
I don't think you understand the gravity of. I don't think you understand the gravity of. I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand the gravity of this situation.
Manifest.
As they slowly wait for an opportunity here. The opening salvos from Mr. Berg there to open up this attack. As they try to take out Happy Rock there. Endangered situation there, but everybody stays alive as Mr. Berg goes down. The Neubs. Excellent communication right now, keeping everybody alive, taking out Story Sleuth as well. As they are waiting for an opportunity to maybe use that Ana ultimate. As we'll go online with the D.Va here. As they using all those ults at once here. Trying to take care of it. And still hold on to this ult right now. And somehow they hold out. I am so surprised that the Neubs are able to hold on to the objective without allowing them to even get a tick on the objective point. That means that they still have to get to 100% this objective just to move the payload. The Neubs here, again, so close together there, and that might be a good opportunity here for Death's Twin to get on that Reaper. Oh man, he got sleepered before he can execute the ultimate there. So Stone Cold without an ult. Ultimate used by D.Va there. And they've managed to take the point. And now the payload will start moving its way. Death's Twin there. Now working on that back line. And there we see the Bob coming in here, trying to keep Cocoa Puff on their heels as they switched over to the Zarya there. Took out two, but got taken out by iRobot there. Again, the Neubs not willing to give an inch right now. Big gravity bomb ult from Zarya there. Caught two in the gravity well. And see ults coming in left, right, and center. Just silly season of ults. Taking out one there. So Berg switching over to the Reinhardt. I see the Neubs just standing on that payload there, not allowing it to move an inch. We'll see here if the Deadeye becomes available here for him as he keeps fanning. And he got one with it. As we're down to the final few seconds here. Trying to stay on the objective here is Death's Twin. Gets taken out though. And not enough. As the Neubs will take the first salvo. So Cocoa Puff as Sigma. Let's see what that play of the game was. Took out two. Wants another one. Three. I got four. 5-player kill streak. Incredible there on the Sigma. Cocoa Puff again. Just an absolutely goated tank here for the Neubs. And they rely on Cocoa Puff's strength all the time to just oppress their opponents there, and that, you know, I expect nothing less from a Cocoa Puff at this point. Cocoa Puff is kind of like my MVP of the season right now. Whenever they're on the field of play, they impact the game, hands down. It's just a fact that you always gotta be aware of where Cocoa Puff is, because hey, listen, they might pour a little sour milk into your Reese's Puffs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Diva or Diva. Yeah, exactly. They do some work on the divas, as we will figure out where we're going on next for this critical game number 2 in this best of 3. So we'll see here if there is a map that Populous can win on, and they're gonna try it in Toronto on New Queen Street. As we get back underway, push map here we come. Here in the playoffs. And there's a little buddy boy. Right around. Just waiting for his train to get ready to go. Ah, boy. Alrighty. Just a few more seconds and then we get underway. So let's see what both teams choose to go. As we're on board here with Cocoa Puff, taking on Mr. Berg there. The fight for the robot begins. And it has unlocked. Looks like that it is that team of Google Fiber. Almost abandoning the robot there before Hyperrock finally comes back and helps him out there. See iRobot trying to put a lot of damage into that window there where Death's Twin's waiting. Death's Twin switching over to that Moira there. Less of the DPS, more of a DPS healer hybrid there. Again, Moira is so powerful in this series. As Stone Cold takes out a few with their ult. And they are just marching forward here as they took the first checkpoint there. Yeah, Hyperrock, still gotta get beyond that that payload there. Oh, and Tank Zert was able to stop things out there. Now it's iRobot's turn to get knocked out. That'd be a good time for that ult there just to zone them off of that robot, but no, they're gonna keep pushing them back further. As there's two ults now coming out from the side Ooh, nice double kill there from Mr. Berg. However, it is Happy Rock who is this robot's best friend and stays with the robot as the push continues. Danesark now on the Bastion. We don't see the Bastion very often there, but when we do, it's always a good time. As the Bob is out there. You can kind of see the Neubs shaping the battlefield right now. Trying to push him off. Taking out my baby boy Bastion. As it is nearing the checkpoint, we are not even 5 minutes left to go, folks. And can they get on the robot? They do stay contested now. Jesse for the finish. As they are so close to it there. Ooh, big ult there. Takes him out. And that will do it. Game, set, match in a sweep. The Neubs take this one here. As Cocoa Puff getting that play of the game there. Does he even need an ult? Probably not. Well, Jedi Haggard game might have crashed, but it crashed at the perfectly right time there. As it knew that you guys had already succeeded in taking the victory and put your ticket into the grand finals, which will be happening live July 29th at the Esports Arena in down South Overland Park. And we hope to see you guys there. Hope to see all of you guys there. Hope to see everybody that's watching this there at the Esports Arena inside the Walmart on 15700 Metcalf Avenue in Overland Park, Kansas. Make sure to be there, folks. He ulted too hard? Absolutely. Well, unfortunately for him, he may have ulted too hard, but either way, it is a game set match. It is going to be victory here for the Neubs. We will get to see the first match now set for the lower bracket finals. It is going to be Populous taking on Google Fiber to see who gets to come up to the grand finals to face the Neubs. All I know is that we will get a week off from Overwatch, so that means you could have the time for other hobbies. Maybe catch up on shows. Maybe get into Magic the Gathering. I mean, or don't. I mean, it's a lot of money, guys. It's a lot of money. So that might have been a bad suggestion. All right. Do something a little more frugal with your free time and your energies. Play Magic the Gathering, touch grass. I don't know. Read a book. Do something next week. But 29th, we will see you there. And until then, I've been JT Displays. This has been the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup presented to you by Google Fiber, with many thanks to our corporate sponsors. That is Populous, Sporting Kansas City, Park University, Forvis, and the Kansas City Esports Coalition. It's all powered by KC Game On. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you at the LAN finals. Good night, everybody.